Hello and welcome to Physicality Therapies and our Pilates series. So today it's going to be a very, very different class to what we're usually putting out, and it's going to be a really slow and stretching class. So what we're going to be looking at here is sort of looking at our form a lot more, looking at doing these exercises to relax. And so this can be after a particularly hard HIIT session, after one of our more advanced Pilates sessions, and you just feel like you need to do a little bit more to relax. Be after a hard day at work. So it's going to involve a lot of stretching moves, and we're going to get into it right now. So to start off, we're going to warm up like anything else, but we're going to start off really slow and just warm up our arms first. So usually, obviously, we do quite combined. So let's get ourselves set in a standing position on our mat. So look at your feet position, look at your hip position, and let's just take a deep breath to start off with. So deep breath in, and out. And just release that tension through those shoulders. Let those shoulders relax down. From here, we're just going to put our arms into our sort of dumb waiter position here, and we're going to go straight into a dumb waiter. So we're going to focus on one arm at a time, rotate out and back. And back. And you're just going to put all thoughts out of your mind. You're going to focus on whatever you can either see out your window, whatever you can see in your room, and just really try and relax as we do this. So we're just looking for really nice, slow and controlled movement. So look at your movement control on this. And we're going to extend this into our Cleopatra. So we're going to do one arm at a time now, and tip. As it tips, we're going to come back and back in. So one arm rotates out into our Cleopatra and comes back in. We're just going to do the same onto each side. We're just going to extend out and we're going to come back in. Nice and slow. Nice, a lot of time taken with these moves. We're really looking at flow today. So we're looking at getting that flow in. Flow into both arms doing it now. Out, and pause there, and come back. Out, pause there, and come back. So as we go out, we're going to breathe, as we go out from the bottom, we're going to breathe out. So we're also going to hold for long breaths when we breathe in, and out, in, and then as we breathe out the second time, we bring in our arms back in. Go out, and breathe out, and in, out, and then as we bring our arms back in. Brilliant, we're going to keep going with that. Nice and relaxed and controlled. Really feeling that stretch through our shoulders. Maybe we've had quite a tiring day through those shoulders, and we're just going to let it all go. Let that stretch out and feel all that. We're going to keep those shoulder blades tucked down into our back pockets as we do it. Really keep those shoulder blades down as we come back in. And then from here we're going to be going into a corkscrew. So we're going to be floating one arm up, the other arm up, behind our heads, and then our shoulder blades come up and down, and then our arms go up and float back down to the sides. Brilliant. So we're going to keep doing this, and we're going to keep this nice and slow. So we're going to break this down even further now. So I'm going to breathe in to prepare, out, shut, arms float up, collarbones staying nice and wide. Breathe in, breathe out, arms go behind our heads. Breathe in, breathe out, shoulders come up and down, and then we reach up as we breathe out again, and our arms float back down. Brilliant. So again, looking at our form on this movement. So start off with our arms going to do a big circle forwards and up. We're then going to they're going to bend at the elbows. We're going to keep our collarbones nice and smiling and wide. And then we're going to bring our shoulder blades up and down. And then we're going to reach up again with our arms. And then to return, they're going to do big circles out to the side to return back down. Brilliant. We're going to do another 2 of these. So we're going to float our arms up. We're going to bend at the elbows. Hands go behind your head. Shoulder blades come up. Shoulder blades go down. Arms reach up and reach into a big circle round and back down. Brilliant. Another couple of these. Let's get that form. Let's get that posture. Shake out if you need to. Do a few shoulder circles if you need to. Just to get everything ready. We're going to do another couple of these. So up we go. Hands bent behind your head. Shoulder blades come up. Shoulder blades go down. Arms reach up and arms circle back round. Brilliant. One more and then we're going to move on. So arms float up. Elbows bend and arms go behind our head. Arms float up again. And we're going round. And if like me you missed off your shoulder shrug, don't worry about it. We're not worried about anything today. We're just doing these moves and we're going to feel good about it. So we're now going to move on to our mermaid. So our mermaid in sitting, as you've probably seen before, quite a complex move. Mermaid in standing, a lot easier move to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend down to one side as this arm is going to come up and over our head, and we're going to look at this arm as it's moving. We're going to hold that position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going to rotate back down. So all the movement is controlled by this arm and us. So this arm is going to do all your sort of movement. So we're going to float this arm up and look at it. So same arm as before. And we're going to hold this position. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and come back down. Follow that arm all the time. So we're going to give you a really good stretch through this side. We're going to do 2 now to our other side, so exactly the same movement. Watch this arm come up and over. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and reset. Brilliant. You're starting to feel a nice stretch through that spine, get everything moving. After our hard day or hard exercise routine, whatever it's been. One more to this side now, so we're going to float up and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come back. Brilliant. And then from there we're going to do another 2 on this side, another 2 on this side, just to keep it nice and matched. You can do them all on one side and then switch over, so we're actually going to end up doing about 5 on each side, but it can be quite jarring just to keep moving to one side all the time. So we're going to come up and we're going to hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come back down. So here you can really think of this flow. So as we come up, we're flowing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come back down. We're going to do 1 more on this side, and then 3 on the other side to finish. So 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come back down. So with your sort of trailing arm, you're reaching as far down as you can. That's really going to pull the stretch through this side. So we're now going to switch over to our other side. We're going to stretch over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come back down. So we're going to follow this arm up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to come back down. And one more on this side to finish. Come up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come back down. Brilliant, well done. So that's our mermaid in standing. We're now going to do some roll downs. So we're going to get to at the top or foot of your mat, whichever, and we're going to roll down. So again, here we're looking at the flow. So we're going to take this really slowly. So we're going to start by tucking our chin in, and each vertebrae is going to roll down like a string of pearls, and we're just going to relax down, arms hanging, and then we're going to roll back up again, tucking our tailbone under, one vertebrae at a time, back up. Brilliant. We're going to do another couple of those. So down we go, and back up we come. So looking at that flow again, imagine flowing into this movement really nice and slowly. Take it even slower than me if that's what you're needing today. Let's keep it really slow and controlled as we go down. Then this time we're just going to transition into a side lying position. So if we get onto one side, and what you're going to do is you're going to put one, you might need a head pad for this, and you're going to put one arm out in front of you, head pad down, and then your other arm is going to join it here. And from this position, what we're going to do is rotate round. So our feet are going to stay together, feet and knees together. You can either have them in a little bit of a sort of bent position for a bit of support, or straight out, whichever you prefer. And then from here, this top arm, we're going to peel back and round. And again, our head's going to follow this round, and then it's going to come back for a nice stretch through our sort of upper body. So you're peeling back, like you're pulling back a bow, and then coming round and opening out. So we're opening out this chest. If you've got a bit more space like I haven't, then you can even go even further, but I know for a fact that then my pelvis will start to follow. So I know this is probably about my limit anyway. So we're going to peel back and come round, and then come back over. We're going to do another 3 of these. So 1, hold that, and back, 2, and hold, and back. So you want to keep your pelvis nice and flat in this position, in your side position, and all this movement's really stretching through our chest and our sort of upper spine, so sort of our middle spine really, so sort of our thoracic spine. It's stretching through this and mobilising it. Often quite a source of pain, especially if you sat at a desk for a lot of your day, or sat watching TV, sat on your video calls or whatever else. Okay, we've done far more than I said we were going to. We're now going to move onto our back to do our one leg kick. So I'm going to move, I'm going to swap sides of the mat. You'd obviously just swap over it just so you can sort of see what I'm doing a lot easier. So we want to go onto our front. He says, trying to work out which way I'm going. And then here's a nice stretch for our upper body. So we're just going to pop our hands down in front of us and rest our forehead on them. It's a nice stretch for our lower body. So just relaxing everything, getting that pelvic position, and then one of our legs is going to come up, and we're going to point our heel at our bottom, and then we're going to point our toe as it moves away and back down. Heel, toe, heel, toe. We're just going to take this really slow. So we're going to heel, we're going to hold at that end position, toe, and we're going to hold at that position just before it goes down onto the mat. Heel, toe, Just nice and slow. Nothing too jerky. Again, looking at that flow of this movement. So if you've done this movement in a class, we tend to do this quite fast. We tend to aim for a lot of speed because it's a really good one to get that sort of speed into our flow and get us exercising. So it's nice to sort of take our time and look at our form of this exercise. Just really look at pushing that exercise, because when you then come back and do that nice and fast in one of our other videos, you'll find that you're a lot more prepared for it because you've sort of focused on what you're doing now. So let's just take the time. I'm going to do another couple of these. And then we're going to relax that leg down. We're going to move on to our other leg. So again, this leg's coming up. It's pointing at our bottom with our heel. And then we're pointing our toe as it goes away. Heel, toe, heel, toe. And again, taking it so slowly. Just taking that time. Really well. We're going to do another couple of these. Really get that form nailed for these last few. Brilliant, and just relax back down. So we're now going to do arm openings on our opposite side. So we're just going to rotate back onto our side. I'm just working out if I am on my opposite side, yes. And then from here, we're again just going to draw that bow and rotate round. Brilliant. So into our arm openings. So I've got my legs straight this time. It gives me a lot less stability. So if you're looking at your form and you're thinking, oh, I can't quite get as far as I want to, or I can't quite feel that stretch through, bend your knees up. You've got a lot more stability. And rotate a little bit further. Whatever you're doing, just remember it's nice and comfortable. It's your time, it's your class. Let's keep this nice and flowing. Brilliant. We're going to do another 3 of these. So and 3. Brilliant. And then from there we're now going to go into some more sort of stretching for our back and things. So from here we're going to be going into our cobra position. So you want to rotate back onto your front as we were for our leg kicks before. And just bring your arms sort of up and sort of by your ears. And these are your hands are going to slide back as you move yourself up. So what I want you to practice first with this, because a lot of people will then just push themselves up and you get a bit of a stretch through your lower back, but it's mainly your arms doing the work. So what we're going to focus on is just keeping our hands flat and moving ourselves up. And you'll find that you can do a lot, you can get to this position without needing your arms to do anything. And that's the whole purpose of the Cobra is that your arms don't really do anything. But a lot of people will use those arms. So let's focus on that form and that flow. So let's come back down and then we're going to come up. Just like that. So sort of a half Cobra, if you will. And we're just going to stretch up with our neck and come back down. And we're going to stretch up 3, 4, and 5, and come back down. And we're going to stretch up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to come back down. This time we're going to go into our full cobra, so we are going to use our arms for support, but again these arms shouldn't be helping us get into the position. They should just be sort of when you're in this position you feel like your arms are in the way, and then you're going to move them up. So again we're going to come up, and then our arms are just going to float out in front of us as we come right the way up. We'll be putting a little bit of pressure through your hands, but not too much, and we're just going to stretch up again onto our pelvis and try and really stretch that neck at the front. Look straight up at the ceiling if you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we're going to relax back down. Okay, so take your deep breath in to prepare, and out, and we're going to come up again. So keep breathing when you're in this stretch position, and we're going to hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to come back down. And we're going to come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to come back down. Brilliant. So from here now we're just going to pull ourselves back up, and we're going to go into our rest position here. So we're going to come back onto our heels. So we want to be sitting in sort of this position to start off with, where your bottom should be on your heels. All you're going to do is reach forwards as far as is comfortable, and head goes down, and again just stretch through. So we're going to hold this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now keep in this position. So what you're going to do is just drop your elbows down. So your head goes down slightly further. Reach forwards with your neck. So you're coming up ever so slightly. And you're just looking sort of at your hands. And we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we're going to come back up, and we're going to do that sequence once more. So, stretching up at the top, bottom back on our heels, reaching forwards, head going down, chin tucking. 1, 2, try and reach forwards a little bit more. 3, 4, and 5, and then from here drop into our elbows, reaching forwards again, head coming up slightly to look at our fingertips. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and coming up. Brilliant. We're now going to go into a cross-legged position for some spine twists. So, arms are just going to go like this. So either grasping both elbows if that's what you prefer to do. The actual position is just with your hands flat against your elbows, and all we're going to do is just twist to one side like this. So to start off with, what I want you to do is just get a hang of this movement. So let's just go to each side, and we're just going to rock through this motion. So both of your bottom cheeks should be staying sort of flat on the mat with your sitting bones. And then we're just going to be rotating through this motion. You want to be keeping your back nice and straight, head nice and up again. So imagine you've got that helium balloon pulling on the top of your head, keeping in this position. And then from here we're going to go into the position and hold. So we're going to rotate first to our right side and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come back to the middle. Rotate to our left side and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and come back to the middle. And then from there, we're going to be going to each side again once more. So to our right side, try and get a little bit further if you can this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and come back. And we're going to be going to our left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brilliant. And now just stand up, shake that off. That was a really, really good session. So, like I said, these moves are designed to be done really slowly with a lot of flow, so that you are getting a lot of benefit out of them, so that you're feeling that you're actually sort of disconnecting, you're reconnecting with your body almost. I find a lot of the time it's just giving me a bit of time for myself as well, to actually sort of think through each of these movements and think, right, I'm looking at this flow, I'm looking at this, and everything else sort of goes out of my head. I'm focusing on this. So it's really, really nice. Hopefully it's been beneficial to you. Please like and subscribe. There's plenty of Pilates content on our channel. We're adding more all the time, so let us know if there's anything in particular you want, or anything in particular that you want to target in terms of body area, in terms of if there's a specific condition you've got that you've been told Pilates will help with, or you don't know even. Reach out to us and let us know, and I'm sure we can put something together for you. See you next time on Physicality Therapies.